Brodes Media.
Taking two from the Detroit Tigers, getting to experience Duran twice, and the masterpiece that is 103 miles per hour thrown right at your throat. Well, in the batter's box, but that's what I'm sure it feels like, is this dude is coming at you and you can't do a damn thing about it. What a ridiculous feeling for all of us to get to sit back and see a ninth where you know the game is wrapped up. You don't have to worry. Remember those feelings of getting tight? Remember those feelings of walking around the couch with a pit filled with anxiety? Your stomach is rumbling and you want to throw up? Never again. Now, if you don't have Sanchez going 8 shoddy, then maybe we have to worry in the 6th, in the 7th, if your starter can't compete that long. But wow, the intensity that he brings is outrageous. And that's why when we were all thrown around prior to the deadline, which direction do they need to go? And some said they didn't have to worry about a closer. They didn't have to worry about attacking the bullpen. They must get someone in the lineup. I said no. They need both. But what you can't do is act as if targeting someone in the bullpen with this type of fire, who is this fierce, is not what they needed. They needed this. They don't win these 2 games without him. You might go 1-2 this weekend without him. You needed this. Now, maybe Sanchez, with his pitch count so low and really only having to wiggle out of 2 traffic jams, would have got the 9th and you would have won that game anyway with the way he was throwing, maybe. But again, how long can you rely on complete game shutouts to carry you if we're talking about winning a World Series? That's not happening in the postseason. You needed Duran. You see the difference when Duran is here. Hell, Friday, that was special. Friday was so awesome that I had to come down here on a Friday night and just pour my heart out for 35 minutes after 24 hours before I was destroying Dave Dombrowski, saying I've never been more aggravated with the Phillies franchise in my life. Which is not true, because we are a losing organization and there has been way more abysmal times. But damn it, I was pissed. But that night, I said, I don't care about anything. Nothing else matters. That was glorious. That was a movie. That was special. And we got a taste of that again on Sunday. Now, it comes with frustration because I am bothered that they make someone like, who was on the mound on Sunday? Come on. Charlie Morton with a 5+ ERA. Why do we only have an RBI ground out through 8 innings? Max Kepler rolls it over to the first base side, and everyone's got to clap like they're happy, but they all hate him, but it scores a run. And, the offense, and even on Saturday, and look, I get it. You're going up against one of the nastiest pitchers in all of baseball. You're throwing Zach Wheeler, to be fair, so, it's a pitching ace duel. But are you allowed to hit elite starting pitching? Yes, you better be allowed. You better be able to, because that's what you're going to see in the postseason. Like, they were getting to Wheels. Now, Wheels wasn't as sharp as he is normally accustomed to being, but they were rocking Wheeler. They got to him. They hit it out of the ballpark. You eventually got to their ace. What was he, in the 7th when Nick Castellanos hit the home run to score a couple of runs? I think JT had an RBI in there as well. So you were down big forever. You look lost, non-competitive at-bats and this and that. And, while they did fight back and the Matt Strahm fair ball came back to bite you because Bryce hit a 2-run blast of his own, and he ended up losing. I get aggravated with that part of this. I do. I get aggravated that you can't hit great elite starting pitching. You have to. I mean, enough with the, well, you just got to tip your cap, and what are you going to do? This guy's great. No. You have to. I don't know what to tell you. You have to. And then when you get the nobodies, you're making them look like Cy Young guys too. You have to. So Friday in a vacuum was incredible and awesome. As the weekend expanded, they did win the series. 2 thumbs up for that. And you could tell that there is something brewing with the Duran acquisition. With Bader, well, again, Saturday's his first day at the office as a starter. He goes 0 for 4. Tough day to see someone on the other side, but you gotta. And it does feel to me, and maybe this will settle in a little bit, I think he wants to make an impact. He wants to do something. He wants the crowd to rise and have a spark and get excited, almost as if he's doing too much to try and make it happen. And it's understandable. I think his heart's in the right place, but he's got to just let the game come to him. I saw a couple of the at-bats, and he wants it big time. He wants to attack. He wants to make a play. He wants to get a hit. He wants to be the guy. You know, he wants to be the moment. And that's great. Some guys shy away from it and shit their pants. Seems like he's willing to take it on. He just needs to execute. We'll see. As of now, the Bader stuff has been what I expected the Bader stuff to be. Underwhelming production. Sunday, you win the game 2-rip. Kyle Schwarber in the 8th gives us that little extra cushion. And I was kind of interested to see what a 1-0 Duran would feel like. I'll take the 2-rip. I prefer the 2-rip. I'll always take added insurance. But there was a part of me talking myself into, all right, Brodes. Sink into the couch for a 9th. 1-0. Let's see it. And 2 changes the ball game insanely. Now, I still think he would have done it, and he still would have gotten it. But, you know, listen, it's the second time. This is why you're brought in here. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see him go out there and shove. I wanted to see him go out there and dominate with no wiggle room whatsoever. But he got it, and I prefer that. But you know how it goes. As you're watching, you're sort of projecting ahead, and you think the stars are going to align this way, so you mentally prepare for it, and then obviously the baseball gods say, no, because here's Kyle Schwarber, one of the best to ever do it. This guy is sickening. And as much as I wonder about running it back with an old core, and JT Realmuto probably needs to be brought back because there's no other alternative, and Kyle Schwarber, you can't have walk, but there's no way in hell I'm running it back with the same group if I don't think they're good enough now. As much as I can talk big picture about the scariness of that, Kyle Schwarber has to be in a Phillies uniform. I think John Middleton knows that. I think John Middleton is prepared to make him an offer that he just can't refuse. And I think he knows the fan base is on thin ice with a lot of how it's being operated. He listens to WIP. He's not afraid to say it. He's a fan. He's someone who's been around a long time. He's a part of the community. I think he knows exactly where the frustration is with this fan base. And if you add that, you're throwing fire on gasoline. And there's no Justin Crawford, and there's no anybody that you're going to bring up that's going to satisfy people enough to allow for you to shove Kyle Schwarber out the door and he walks to a different squad. Sorry. Speaking of Justin Crawford, they got him dancing around now, playing left field. I think the Phillies are lost with this. I do. I think the Phillies are very out of touch with reality with Justin Crawford, and they don't know what they're doing. They don't. They don't know what they're doing in some aspects with how they're handling this outfield. I think they have a collection of guys, and on the fly, they're trying their best to figure out what to do, even though it's pretty simple. Max Kepler's not good enough. I don't know. Rojas not good enough. They have a lot of guys that aren't good enough, and they're trying to make it work, but that's not. And one thing that keeps hitting me hard is, do they feel that Justin Crawford isn't good enough, and that's why they're in this predicament? Because if he was good enough, then there's no argument to be made. Right? What do you have to lose? I hear that all the time. I take calls 24/7. What do you have to lose? It can't be worse. You're right. It can't be worse. But if it's the same, then does that hurt whatever the stock is for Justin Crawford? Because whether you like it or not, part of the intrigue of prospects is exactly that. The intrigue of what they can be. And part of prospects isn't just coming up and being a force at the major league level, but it's also ammo. And more times than not, ammo is more productive at a prospects than anything they do on the diamond.